What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well.
I am doing well, thank you, Avery. Geared Towards Gear was a great fashion YouTube channel by Avery Ginsberg. And the way I first stumbled upon his channel was when I was starting to sew things myself, and I wanted to find out a simple question. What does it take to make a pair of jeans? That was over 3.5 years ago, and now that I finally have time to get back into sewing and making my own clothes again, as I haven't for the past 6 months, I thought, why not make an updated video to show you guys what it takes to make a pair of pants in 2022? Because although it was a great video showcasing the process of making a garment, I feel like I have more to add and to get you guys inspired to make your own clothes. Because unlike Avery, I don't live in New York City, and I assume most of you don't either. I live in a small city in Ireland that doesn't have its own fabric district. In fact, the only fabric and sewing store we had here just closed down over the pandemic while I was living in the Netherlands, and I didn't find out until very recently, so that sucks. But I'm still very much motivated to sew with the limited resources that I have, and if I can do it with what I have, I'm sure you can as well. You're about to get some IRL content, how exciting. First stop is to get some paper to make our pattern and get cheap scrap fabric from a charity shop to make our toile. Should I have 30 FPS or no? I don't think you care. Going to the charity shop.
To the charity shop, guys.
Please. I love oi. Who's oi? What a beautiful overcast day, am I right? Wow. Okay, I got the scrap material to sew the first draft. But before I do that, I need to make a pattern piece for it. And I bought this 99% packing paper to make the pattern piece, just to show you that you can make pattern out of anything. You don't need special pattern paper. Although I probably will buy proper special pattern paper after this, so I don't have to use this. Because there are some annoying things. I'm gonna have to iron this to make it smooth.
You don't have to iron it, you just put it down with weights on.
I don't like it when it's not curled up. I'm gonna iron this so that it doesn't curl up, because you can just put weights on it, but I like to iron it. So yeah. I'm gonna show you 3 ways that you can actually make a pattern. I'm going to use my own body measurements. I'm going to use an existing pair of jeans that I really like and copy the pattern from them and show you how to do it without taking apart the whole jeans, because that's something that Avery did in his videos. He took apart his favorite pair of pants supposedly, which, you know, it's a bit scary to do that. What if you don't know how to put them back together? And then also Clo 3D, you can make patterns and adjust them, and I'll show that at the end. I'm actually going to be following a video on how to make a pattern from scratch from my own measurements, because I have not done that in a while, and I'd rather do it well than do it from my bad memory. So let's go! This is the pants that I'm going for and what I'll be making. The material I'm going to be using for this final pair is this light corduroy I got off Yes Fabric like a year ago. Yes Fabric is a cheap place to get fabric in Europe, although a bit limited in its choice. The next place I'm planning on sourcing fabric from now on is Minerva, as they have a much greater choice. And I'm okay with spending a little extra money for like some good fabric. And if you're making a pair of pants, you only need like 2 meters of fabric max. That is with at least like 1.2 meters in width. For shirts and jackets, go for a bit less. And for something like a vest, you can get away with using just like a meter of fabric pretty much, 1.2 meters maybe. So I guess we're making some corduroy pants. I'm not gonna lie, not the biggest fan of corduroy. There is a reason that I didn't use this fabric. I just kind of left it here. I kind of don't like how most corduroy pants look, so I was looking for a little bit of inspo, and this is the fit I'm hoping for from Jack Depp, as he seems to have very chunky thighs like me. I did a little digging, a bit of creepy stalking to see, and I found this to be true, that he does seem to have quite big thighs and like the same leg shape as me. Nice. And before I go on to actually showing you make the pattern, this is a pattern I made in Clo 3D. Clo 3D is a 3D design software made exclusively for creating clothing. I've used it a lot to practice my pattern making skills. This avatar has my body dimensions, and so I made this very basic pant pattern in like 10 minutes. Obviously you're gonna have to, you know, figure out the UI and stuff first. I have printed out patterns from Clo 3D. I just put the pattern piece into Adobe Illustrator and then spread it out onto multiple A4 sheets, and then I glue all the A4 sheets together. These are some of the patterns I have hung up here. It doesn't always work perfectly, but I've made multiple patterns and then real garments using Clo. And you have to make some adjustments, but you get that through experience. If you want to learn how to use Clo and the pattern fundamentals, this video is a great watch. It's linked in the description, and it's a great way to start using Clo and also just learn about basic pattern making fundamentals like that you can also use in real life. Not sponsored, by the way. You can get Clo by any means necessary. That's all I'm going to say. Also, if you want to copy the pattern of a garment that you own and like the fit of, all you need to do is lay it out neatly like this and use a tracing wheel to go around the edges to trace onto the pattern paper below. Then you simply connect the dots. Using this tracing wheel, you can trace the sewed parts without needing to take it apart. It won't be 100% accurate either, but it'll be good enough. Sew a toile and see how it turns out. I've done this as well in the past in my patterns and it works, genuinely. I don't know how to make a raglan sleeve like this where it connects from the neck. I literally just traced this with a tracing wheel and made a pattern out of it and made a raglan sleeve. Worked for fine. Avery had a little ad break during his video for Audible, but I'm not big enough, nor do I want to sponsor Audible. Just buy real books. But I do have a Patreon where I post one extra unique video a week. This week's video is a look into Kiko Kostadionov's Fall Winter 22 collection book. Pretty neat, I know. It's only €5 a month. Go check it out to learn more. Thanks. This first process of making a pattern from scratch takes a few hours, and you may have to go back and make changes before the pattern is perfect. But the great part about it is now you can reuse this perfect pattern as a template for any future pants that you want to make. You don't have to make the base pattern over and over and over every again. You just have to make adjustments to it to make a new pattern out of it. Here are my pattern pieces. They consist of the pant legs, the pockets, and the waistband. I don't have a zipper fly as I want to have the zipper showing. I kind of like the deconstructed look. I have another pair of pants that I sewed in this way. There's also no need for belt loops because I've sewn this to fit me perfectly, or at least I hope I did. Okay, so I ended up making 2 toiles.
You just have a fat ass, that's the problem.
Thanks. Uh-oh. As the first one I made was too tight, the second one ended up being a bit too wide in the hips, but good otherwise. So all I had to do was make it a little slender. So now let's get some sewing montages. This is the scene of me cutting out the pattern in my kitchen floor. And I accidentally cut it the wrong way. So instead of the stripes going down the pant, they're going horizontally. This is why you check the grain of the material you're using. Damn it. Oh well. And so the pants turned out not great. This is what happens when you rush everything to try and get it out for a YouTube video that you want to post at the end of the week on time, and you don't even get it out on time in the end anyway. I swear this was not purposely done because Avery in his video didn't complete his jeans to his liking either. I don't think it's a coincidence though. I think this is just how sewing is. I ended up just rushing these pants to completion and realized that I just really didn't like this material at all in the end. I didn't like the texture or the shape of it. It wasn't my thing. The pattern turned out fine, to be honest. There is more fine tuning to be done. The problems with these pants are that I rushed all of the details like the pockets, the back pocket and the zipper. And while it looks fine from afar, up close, it's ugly. You can like see my terrible stitching. Again, I just didn't like the material and had some issues with the pattern that need fixing. But you can see for themselves, they fit fine. And I did have a fun time sewing this together, and I honestly just want to go and perfect the pattern more and make a better pair of pants with the material I really like. Maybe do a regular zipper fly instead of this exposed zip, because I don't like how it looks on these pants. I do like it on my other pants. Also, the zipper that I use, I just found in my sewing supplies as a spare zipper. Like, it did not match the pants at all, but I didn't have any time to order anything in, and I don't have a fabric store. So when you're starting your project, just buy everything all together. Buy the zipper you want, buy it to the length, maybe buy spare zippers that you can use in future projects. Buy all the thread, just buy everything in bulk all at once. Yeah, so my journey to making the perfect pant pattern is not done, but I'm looking forward to being able to take my time and sew more full drafts to get it perfect with material that I like and will wear. I still wear these pants to skate in. I can always use more pants to rip up and sweat in. But I think in the end, this is an honest view of sewing and making your own clothes. There's so many steps along the way, and the final product may not be what you envisioned, but it really was not that hard of a journey. It just takes time and it's fun, and everything you saw me do, I learned how to do by myself online on YouTube. Regardless, thank you for watching. I hope you gained something from this video. Go check out my Patreon, go mess around in Clo, or sew some pants with a simple elastic waistband instead of going for something a bit more complex with darts and a zipper. If you want to find cheap sewing tools to start sewing yourself, I have loads of stuff like thread, rulers, scissors, even a machine in my link tree in the description. Okay, see ya!